Turn it over to Goerg.
Hello, everybody. First of all, thanks for coming. Thanks for attending via Zoom. It is a special day for us, obviously. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank our owner, Joe Mansueto, because without his supportive, very, very supportive attitude, this would not have happened. We would not be here today with Xherdan. As you all know, Xherdan and I, we have known each other for years. The last time we worked together, he was a boy. Now that he arrived here, it turned out that we have a man here, and he is definitely one of the players who attract people, who you pay for seeing them play. And this is maybe I'll end with that. Come to the stadium on the 5th of March to our home opener, dear fans. I promise you that Xherdan is the kind of player who will entertain you, and this is also about entertainment here. He cannot do it on his own. It's still a team sport. He needs his teammates, he needs his colleagues in order to be able to perform. We expect a lot, but we expect a lot from everybody in this team. Thank you.
Great. Ezra?
Yeah, good morning. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for taking the time to be here with us today. This is an interesting time for the city of Chicago and for the Fire organization. As a coach, I'm very excited because not too many coaches get the opportunity to coach someone like Shaqiri. So I'm very happy and excited that he's here. I think he's going to do great for the club, and the fans are going to love him. In football, a player like Shaq is what we call a special player, a player with that ability to change a game in a second with a brilliant free kick, a brilliant shot, a knife, cut-in pass to play someone in an assist. So it's very good to have a player like that on the pitch. Like I said, I think he's going to do well for the club, and I'm very, very excited to be a part of this organization and having the opportunity to coach someone with this type of caliber.
Shaq?
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Shaq.
First of all, hello to everybody here. Thank you for coming. For me, also a very special day to be here in the US, and it's a new country for me, and I'm very, very glad. I always was a big admirer of the MLS. And yeah, the opportunity came with George, who he told you before that we know us a long time, and we had always a good relationship, and the contact was always here. And yeah, I would like to thank also to the owner, Joe Mansueto, to make this happen, because there are always more people involved in this business, and I want to thank him also, and can't wait to meet him. And yeah, thank you to George and to Ezra too to make this happen. I'm really, really looking forward to work with this club, to go forward, to bring the glory back to Chicago, was where it maybe in the last few years was not here. So I want to bring that back and try to be successful with this team, and yeah, to help this team who is also very young. And my goal is clear that I want trophies. I want to go to the playoffs, and yeah, this is my goal.
All right, thanks, gentlemen. We'll now open it up to the Q&A. Just a reminder to please state your name and outlet into the microphone as an introduction, and also who your question is directed toward. All right, we'll start with Pat McCraney here. Go ahead, Pat.
Xherdan, Pat McCraney from SB Nation. I wonder if you could tell us, when George originally reached out to you, what did you think about the opportunity? Did it take some convincing, or were you initially very excited to hear about it?
Like I said before, I was always a big admirer. I think many top players played already in the MLS, and yeah, the league is getting better and better, and for me it's a good league, and I wanted to go away from France, and yeah, the opportunity came with George, who, like I said before, we were always in touch and in contact with my brother, who is my agent, and yeah, convincing, of course. I was thinking a lot, of course, but George came with a big project, and yeah, I was really excited, and yeah, I wanted a new thing to try, and so the opportunity came to come to the US and to come to this club to help to bring the glory back, and yeah, this is my most important thing. I want to be successful. I want to bring to this club yeah, new goals, and to be successful.
Okay, we'll go to Jeremy next.
Hi, Xherdan. This is Jeremy McCool, Chicago Tribune. Welcome to Chicago. Question for you is, you mentioned kind of following the league before, but how much have you learned of MLS in terms of some of the unique challenges that exist within this league between long distance for travel, some stadiums have artificial turf, the stadium you guys will be playing in, you share with an NFL team, things like that. How educated are you on those sort of issues within the league, and how prepared are you to kind of deal with that for probably the first time in your career?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to know better this league, of course, and yeah, I know that some places and good stadiums they have turf, but this is yeah, normal in football that sometimes you have to play on turf. Obviously, I know the very good pitches in England. We know everybody how is in England. The football pitches are amazing, but you know every team has to play there, and every team has to deal with it. So I'm looking forward to try in every pitch the best, and to bring success to this team with this club in every pitch.
All right, we'll go to Zoom next. We'll take a question from Brian Sandalo from the Sun-Times. Go ahead, Brian.
Hi, Brian Sandalo with the Sun-Times. I'm sorry I couldn't join everybody in person today. This is for Georg. Georg, when you set out to change this club, this team this season, this offseason, what was your vision? And just, were there any sort of philosophical changes from your first build a couple of years ago?
I think we lacked winners. And Xherdan, not only Xherdan, we have other players who are winners, but Xherdan definitely has one quality. He's a winner. He has won a lot in his career. We wanted to bring a couple of really highly skilled players with also mentality, and we need more confidence on the field, and we are really looking forward to seeing Xherdan, but also the other new players and the players who are still here to perform in the upcoming weeks. It is regarding Xherdan, it's not only about technique. We all know that he's technically very gifted, but it's really about also leading this team together with other experienced players so that we feel more comfortable in the games this season.
All right, we'll go next to Dylan Butler from MLSsoccer.com. Dylan, are you with us? Okay, we'll go next to James Reese. James, are you with us?
Hi.
There we go.
Obviously, we've talked about leadership, and Ezra has talked about the importance of leaders coming into the team. How are you looking forward to working with these young players? And what experiences have you learned in your career so far that you think you can bring to this young side?
It was for me, huh? Not for George.
Maybe for Ezra.
For Ezra,
That's for me?
Sorry, James, could you repeat the question and who it's intended for, please?
Yeah, sorry, it's for Xherdan.
Oh,
I was just asking, Ezra has talked about the importance of bringing leaders into this club. For all your experience of playing across the world, what kind of leadership qualities have you developed that you can bring to this team and these young players?
Yeah, I saw already the team in the training camp, and there are a lot of young players, and yeah, I like to work with young players to help them. Of course, with my experience, I can give this team a lot, not only on the pitch, off the pitch too. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to work also with the young guys, and yeah, I want them also to get better every day, and yeah, this is also important for me to work and to give my experience to these young players, and yeah, to give them the confidence to go in a game to win. This is the most important for me, that they want to work every day hard and to help this team, and yeah, to try to win something. This is also important, to go in a game with a lot of confidence, and I want to give them this confidence that in every game you can win, and this is important to go in a game that you want these 3 points.
All right, we'll go to Tom Bogert next.
Thanks, Ian. Thanks, guys, for taking the time. I have questions for Georg and Xherdan. So first one, Georg, how complicated was this deal to get over the line for a player of Xherdan's quality, somebody who, no doubt would have had other clubs trying to sign him? And for Xherdan, did you reach out to anybody about MLS before you made your decision? And have you spoken to the national team coach about this decision?
You want to start?
I can start if you want. Okay. No, of course. I was speaking to my national team coach too. For him, was also important that I am fit. That I can play many games, and yeah, like I said before, I didn't speak. Or you have to ask my brother with who he spoke about the other MLS team. But for me, it was the first day very important. I knew that George is here in Chicago, and I knew before also Basti was here, who I played in Bayern Munich, so I knew a little bit of the club, and that's why it was for me a no-brainer normally to come here, because it's a big city, and yeah, George is here. They have a good coach with Ezra, who wants to be successful too, to win titles, with the owner who wants to go forward with the club. And it was the main goal for me to come here to be successful with this club, to bring the glories back where it was.
And regarding the negotiations, I mean, it's always difficult with any player. My former president in Basel once said, if it's easy, the player is not good. And so it was not, of course, not easy, but it was always correct, I think. And the most important thing is that the player knows what he wants, and Xherdan made it very clear what he wanted. Also, especially after he had spoken to Ezra, and I think this was the most important step during the negotiations.
Go to Paul Banks. Go ahead, Paul.
Paul M. Banks, thesportsbank.net. This is for Xherdan. You won a lot and accomplished a lot at Liverpool and under Jurgen Klopp. So just what were some of the highlights of your time there, and what was it like what were some of the things you learned specifically from Klopp, who's considered one of the best managers in the game?
Yeah, Jurgen I know for a long time. Since I played for Bayern, we played against him. He was a Dortmund coach, so it was big rivalry there. So yeah, I had a wonderful 3 years at Liverpool. We won many titles. I had a really beautiful time, and you can always learn from these big coaches. Yeah, I'm proud that I worked with Jurgen Klopp, I worked with Guardiola, I worked with Jupp Heynckes, I worked with Ottmar Hitzfeld, big coaches who won a lot of titles, who had a lot of experience. So you can learn a lot, and I'm very proud of that. I learned so many things about them, because every coach is a bit different, and yeah, it's only positive for your career. So yeah, Jurgen, I had a really good relationship with him, and yeah, he texts me too and congratulate me for this transfer, and yeah, we stay still in contact.
Go Jeremy next.
Jeremy McCool, Chicago Tribune again. Xherdan, from a fitness perspective and match readiness, how close are you to being ready to play Saturday for the season opener? I'm sure Ezra will probably decide that anyway, but how close are you to being fully fit in that regard? And then also, you're kind of coming in with huge expectations as the star player, big name. How do you plan on handling the sort of the weighted expectation of all that?
No, as you know, I was in the season with Olympique Lyon, and I was playing already 6 months. So I'm fit, I'm ready to play, and yeah, let's see how it goes this week. And in the end, always the coach decided. Yeah, I didn't play one game now with the club, but I want to be successful, and I try to help the team if I'm gonna play.
All right, next we'll go back to MLSsoccer.com. I believe it's Dylan Butler this time.
Yes, thank you. The question is for Ezra. Ezra, I know I guess he's trained a little bit, right, to this point. What were your first thoughts of him at training? And you mentioned it before, but just what should some fans expect from him when he does make his debut?
Well, I think the fans should expect a lot of goals, a lot of assists, and just beautiful football. As far as what he brought to the team and what I've seen in training, he's the type of player that it's a young team, and sometimes there's some inconsistencies in training. Guys are not, it's up and down. But from the minute he came to training, you could see it raised the level of all the other players. In his first day of training, we had a really, probably our best session the entire preseason. And that's just from him being on the pitch and doing some things that, sparks everyone on. And I thought the players responded really well. So beyond just his personal, individual qualities, just that ability to lift the group and inspire these young kids was something that I was very impressed with, and I've been very impressed with so far from him.
All right, we'll go next to Brian Sandalo on Zoom. Brian?
This one is also for Georg. Earlier in the offseason, you acquired Kasper Schmeichel, a good striker, a dependable striker, albeit one who's not on a designated player contract. How much does that open things up for your roster building when you have a striker who's pretty good and has a good reputation, but isn't a designated player and doesn't take up a designated player spot?
Yeah, it helped a lot, of course. It gave us some more flexibility. We strongly believe in Kasper. Kasper will be one of the players who will benefit, hopefully, a lot also from Xherdan. We will have to find him in the box, and I think this will be a good fit for us. Kasper is working hard, and we've been really happy with his performances in trainings and in the scrimmages that we had, and we think he was a very, very important piece for us. Yeah.
Okay, we'll go back to James Reese and then Nicholas Martinelli, excuse me.
This one's for Ezra. Obviously, you were in your first role as a senior coach in the MLS. I just wondered what the prospect of managing a player of Xherdan's caliber is like. Is it an exciting challenge for you? Is it a daunting prospect?
Well, my sleepless nights will be less, I hope. No, it's always a pleasure to, be able to, coach someone with this type of quality. Like I mentioned before, he's one of those special type of players. And as a coach, that makes your job a little easier, because now you have someone on the pitch when, some things maybe not going right, and in just a split second, he can change the fortune or change the fate of the game. So it's always, it's excitement for me, and it's a pleasure to have him, and I think he'll be good for the club and for the city. I think his play on the pitch is going to bring some excitement to the fan base, and I think that's very important for us. We want to start off, hit the ground running, so to speak, and having him being in camp and ready to go from day one, from match one, I think is a positive thing for us. So as a coach, I'm looking forward to watching him play and enjoying every minute of it. I got front row seat, so it'll be good.
Nicola? Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, perfect. Xherdan, I just wanted to ask you from the national team perspective, you decided to leave top five big leagues in the Europe to join the MLS in a year when you're going to play also the World Cup, obviously, with the Swiss national team. Just wanted to know what was your thinking about that. You were looking to add more minutes, be sure to have a bigger role and play minutes? Because we saw you play in the European Championship last summer. You lacked a bit of fitness. As I said, you couldn't play really longer than 90 minutes or so. If that was what you were looking for with this move to the MLS.
Look, my role in the national team not gonna change. I'm gonna go always to national team when I have to go when they call me, and I will keep going there the same like I did till now. And everybody knows my role there. I have already 100 caps for my country, what is very great and I'm very proud of, and I hope many more are gonna come. And we have a very good team now, a young team, and with experienced players inside who want also to go forward. And my role there is not gonna change. I'm gonna go to the World Cup. I'm gonna finish here the season, hopefully very well, and then normally go to the World Cup with my national team. So nothing gonna change in that perspective.
Pat?
Pat McCraney, SB Nation. This one's for George. We talked in the fall, and I remember you saying one of the things you wish you had done differently in 2020 was be a little more patient in roster building. And it seemed like this offseason, there was a point where fans were starting to get a little restless, wondering when you guys were going to make a move. Was that patience part of the strategy, and do you think that worked out?
Well, we didn't do it on purpose. So I think in the end you have to sign the right players. We felt that, or we feel at the moment that we've signed the right players. On the other hand, no one has ever won a trophy for just signing players. In the end, we have to also bring the results and play well. It was well thought through what we made, which doesn't necessarily mean that automatically you will be successful, but we are pretty confident that we made the right choices.
Do you have another? We'll take one here at the front of the room.
Hi, I'm Jackie from CBS2. This question is for Xherdan. I'm just curious if you've had an opportunity to explore Chicago at all, if you've had a chance to go to a Bulls game and really experience what Chicago sports can feel like.
Not really yet, because we were traveling a lot and I was tired with jet lag a bit. So I was happy to lie on the bed a bit and to recover from this traveling. But of course, I'm very excited to see the city, more of the city. Of course, we have a lot of sports here with basketball, baseball, ice hockey, NHL. So I'm looking forward to see these games too, to meet some of the players maybe too, and But I'm really excited. But I came here not for holidays. I came for work and to work for this club and to be successful. So. I really want first to win something, and then we can enjoy more the city.
Great. We'll take a few more. We'll go back to Brian Sandalo on Zoom. Go ahead, Brian.
Sure. This is for Goerg or Ezra. Could you just describe the vibe of the club, around the club right now after the off season, where you bring in Chios, Casper, and then Xherdan, and of course Jairo recently. Just what's the vibe and just how optimistic are people around the club that this could be the start of something on the field?
Well, I mean, it's exciting times. I think throughout the organization, we've brought in what we feel are like 4 quality players. And so the excitement is there. There's some anticipation for the beginning of the season. I personally, I'm happy and I'm restless. I can't wait for the first kick on Saturday. So it's good times for the club. But that being said, as George alluded to earlier, you bring in the players, but now you have to perform, and now you have to have the right results because we are in a result-based business, and we need to win some games. But we're doing what we can, and that started by getting in the right players, the players we felt could fit the organization and what we were looking for. And now we just have to make sure that we put the right team on the pitch and we play some good football and win some games, because that's what it's all about.
All right, we'll take one more here from Jeremy McCullough.
Ezra, this one's for you. You talk about Shaq and kind of complimenting him. How do you plan on complimenting him with the team you've gotten to get the best out of him in that number 10 role?
Well, I think one of the reasons why we wanted Shaq here is because we want to play with the ball a lot. We want to have possession of the ball a lot. And I think someone like him will help us not only maintain the possession, but also he has that quality to make those penetrating passes that we know Shibelko can get on to the end of. And we have some wingers that can also be beneficial to his style of play. So I think he fits the way we want to play. We're going to need him to get on the ball a lot and basically, take games over for us. Players are going to be instructed to, find him, because he's a very integral part of what we're going to do and how we're going to play. And his qualities fit my style of play really well.
All right, I lied. Sorry. One more. We'll take one last one here from Alex, and then we'll begin the photo opportunity.
Thank you. Hey, this is for Xherdan. This is Alex Calabrese from SB Nation. You mentioned some of the goals for the team to get back to the playoffs and compete in MLS. Do you have any goals on an individual level that you didn't already mention in Major League Soccer for yourself?
Please, can you again just take the... Yeah, I don't understand.
So you mentioned some of your goals with the team to try and get back to the playoffs, compete in MLS. Do you have any other goals on an individual level in Major League Soccer?
Yeah, look, there is always goals for me, but first of all, I want to help this team to grow, to help to win games. But individual goals I didn't put in myself. But first of all comes the team for me, and then the individual. So I want to help this team, this young team, to grow and to try to win games. And for this, I need my teammates too. And we need a high level to play to win games. And yeah, I'm looking forward, and I'm confident that the team gonna perform. And yeah, to win games and to try to go to the playoffs. What is my biggest goal at the moment with this club?
Great. Thanks, gentlemen. Thank you all. Well, we'll just take a quick moment to open up the photo opportunity. So if there's any other photographers in the room, you're welcome to come down just in the front here.